From the police state to tectonic plates, touch sense and tattoo take the temperature of tyranny on Freedom Frequency 1871, coming to you live now.
This is America. We have a founding fathers that wrote a constitution that we haven't lived by in 142 years.
Were they serious when they said they planned on owning the weather by 2025?
And if you're not pissed off, there's something wrong with you right now.
Have you guys seen what's going on outside your door lately? Need I remind you?
This is America. Are y'all going to allow it to be Russia?
Good idea. Have a good show.
Cheers, bro.
All right, thank you, buddy.
All right. Hey, that's awesome. I love taking calls. It's just like talking. I've never talked to these people before, but it's like talking to an old friend. Let's get Greg on. We got Greg up next.
Right now. You there?
Hey, Dutch, Stat.
Hey, how you doing, Greg?
Hey, doing good, buddy. Hey, what's going on?
Oh,
hey,
we're having a good show. We're getting right along. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
You got a question or?
No, I just had a couple points. Hey, everything you've been talking about, I've seen everything. I've seen it all. Yeah, it's great. And I wanted to comment on Tats did a little release. Let's see, where did I put that at? That new release you did. Shoot, I'm gonna waste time. Done it. I lost it. The last one you did. Oh gosh.
Was that on the police?
About the
on
Hagman, the Hagman report. You know, all these guys are leaving. You know.
The intel officers, the ex-intel officers that are leaving and seeking refuge other places.
Yeah. That one. Wow, that was great. I think I wrote him a couple of compliments on that. But anyway, I just wanted to say that, you know, these New World Order guys are, like, moving very rapidly. As David Rockefeller said in 94, kicking it in.
Yeah.
So, and I thought, wow, it's moving super fast. And anything Obama says or anything the administration says, anything the government says, Congress, doesn't matter who it is.
Oh, you mean the oldest constitution democracy, man?
I'm sorry, Kat. What was that?
The oldest constitutional democracy, man. Obama.
Oh yeah. Anything that they say, just think the opposite, because it's just gonna get worse. You know, if he tells you, "Oh no, we're not going to do that," or "We're going to stop this, we're going to stop that," no, it's going to get worse. and you guys know that.
Hey, yes. I just thought of something here. Obama isn't going to have a problem with teleprompters anymore because of the new Google contact lenses. Did you guys hear about the new Google contact lenses? This is like a story that just broke today or yesterday. Google is making these contact lenses that are supposedly like to monitor you. I bet they'll eventually have a heads-up display built into them, and then you won't have to look at the teleprompter anymore. It'll just be scrolling in front of his eyes.
The lenses, and it'll scroll down all the jargon he has to come out with, right?
Yeah, you know, Obama. Don't get tack going on Obama. We don't have 2 hours, and I'd have to turn down the speakers.
I don't want to get off on that. The other thing that I wanted to bring up. Yeah, right.
Do you live in America? Do you live in America? Do you want to be free? Then look at that clown.
Yeah. I want to be free.
I think I wrote to both of you guys it doesn't matter. Check ENE News, because did you guys realize that the high school kids dying in Fukushima, ages 15 to 19, high schoolers, they're like dying. Like one lady witnessed that she came in to wake her son up to go to school or something, and he was dead.
Connected. Is my connection any better?
Oh, I can hear you much better now, Tat. And I heard what you said, that, yes, I heard these stories coming out of Japan. And here's the deal, folks. They've moved people back in the nearby areas around Fukushima. I mean, we're not talking directly at the nuclear plant, but in the areas around, they move people back in. And there's livestock that's grazing there still. There's still animals, and there's things that are happening that are being brushed under the rug, and that's what he's talking about. In case you guys don't know, there's people that have been turning up dead, and they can't explain, what is causing it other than it could be a radiological overdose of some kind. And of course, the autopsies, we're never going to see them. Do you see anything here in the United States? Of course not. So you're not going to see it from Japan. But that's what's going on. It's wild.
Yeah, we got 7 minutes to break too, brother.
That particular top story in ENA News had something like 59 children were having thyroid cancers and stuff. They were just dying. They're going to die. So, this is crazy.
I could offer a solution to a lot of people. After Fukushima blew in 2011, I personally did a lot of research on system cleansers and what happened to people who were exposed to the nuclear blast after World War II. There's, thousands of people who died in the nuclear blast when the U.S. dropped nuclear weapons on Japan. But there are tens of thousands of people who survived the blast and the radiation. And they found that a lot of the people that survived were on a certain diet. The people who did not come down with thyroid cancer, the people who did not come down with hardly any cancers. You say, what? Well, they were exposed to lethal doses of radiation, and they were able to cleanse their systems. The people who were eating sea kelp and drinking rosemary tea were cancer-free or came up with much less cases of cancer, side by side with people who came down with heavy cases of cancer. Okay, and the way you cleanse yourself from radioactive dust, it's a heavy metal. We're talking about amounts of, MOX fuel rods are what blew sky high. So that's something we have to be worried about.
Like chelation therapy, sort of a thing.
Yes.
Hey, Dutch, we got about 6 minutes. Got another caller in there. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, we got another caller. Greg, you got anything else? Or I appreciate
I just had a couple of them. InfoWars crew went out to the West Coast, right?
Yes. Yeah,
you guys saw all that stuff.
Yeah, and the viewers, guys, if you don't know what we're talking about here, InfoWars sent reporters to the West Coast to verify whether or not there were high amounts of radiation on a San Francisco beach. They've since gone up the West Coast a little bit and done more radiation tests.
So they went up to Portland and they went down to San Diego.
Yeah. This is huge.
Yeah,
it's so awesome to see that, guys.
And some guy caught a fresh fish, and they went and did a rad rating on it. It was something like 60 CPL. He just pulled it out of the water, and they went and scanned it with they're using what's it called, a tracer co? I think tracer co. I can't remember the name of the radiator. And they caught 60 counts per minute on that, dude. And it's just right out of the water.
60, and for those of you who don't know what 60 counts per minute means, alert level is roughly 100. Let's just say 100. Most of the radioactive monitoring sites have their own alert levels listed, and the ones I found are about 100. So 60 is high. I mean, it's not alert, but it's
twice the normal background, basically, according to Moonbay News.
4 minutes.
We got 4 minutes. All right, we got another caller on the line.
Okay, I know. I'm going to let you go. Okay.
Awesome. I appreciate your call.
Thanks a lot, you guys.
Thanks, Greg.
If you're going to be on Chrissy and Monty's show tonight, I'll talk to you a little later.
Yeah, I'll be in the chat for sure. Definitely, you guys all come to Lies Wide Open after this show, and I'll be in the chat below. Right. Maybe we can take some more questions and answer them in more detail.
All right.
Awesome.
I love you guys. Take care.
Hey, much love, brother.
Thanks, man. The next caller, please. Come on
Yes,
down.
let's get the next caller. We don't have your name, though, but that's okay.
Hey, name is Bart.
How you doing?
My name is Bart. I'm doing good. Congrats on the show. And I want to know who took the R out of freedom, because everything seems to be a fee nowadays. So, and I do appreciate. I was trying to get that. Yeah, I got a tap laugh.
That was good. That was good. I'm going to remember that. Feed him.
Somebody stole my R. But I scientifically draining Yellowstone Lake, you know, is all of this part of that water war stuff too? Contaminate everything, you know, radioactivate everything.
They say water is the new oil, right?
Right.
Yeah, that might be why they're selling it all to China and shipping it to China in them big bags over the sea, and them great big old white bags that look like big tankers themselves.
Right. Or draining off Lake Michigan.
Frozen quakes up north.
It could be. You know, there's draining. This Fort Stockton, Texas story that we were talking about before the last break, where the mainstream media is talking about a new fault line that's opening in a circular fashion that goes around a large area and it reaches down to into Mexico. Well, down into Mexico is where the areas where China was reported to have these bases that were being built, but there were truckers, like tanker trucks there. Could it be that China is draining off a large amount of water? It could be. It could be. Or maybe we are, and they're going to go store it somewhere else and then sell it back to us like they sell it oil. Water's the new oil.
Water is the new oil.
Glacier water, too, even on it in Antarctica. You know, Lake Vostok and so on. A little bit of that.
They've been using. They've been able to use water for many, many years as hydrogen and oxygen, and they made carburetors in 1932, and the guy ended up dying. But yet, you know, we're still using oil instead of water, and we got more water than we do anything else. And then when you burn it, it purifies it and makes good water.
Right.
So,
yeah. This is, this is a topic we should spend a whole show talking about at some point, which is next generation technologies pertaining to water development and water purification. It's something that to me is very intriguing. We only got like a minute before the break here, so if you want to stay on, we've got another caller that's going to be. If you want to stay on and you got more questions, you want to talk a more minute, or
well, I was gonna. Just wanted an answer around it. If it all freezes with the polar vortex, I'll listen in the chat.
Well, stay on and we'll bring you back in just a minute, okay?
Yep, we'll bring you back on. We'll continue this call after the break, guys. Hang in there. We're going into the last segment of the show.